Oh, hello there. Welcome back to Crafters TV. It is Monday. That means it's time for Monday Makers. Absolutely. It's that sort of one show of the week where we get a little bit more in depth and we really look at some more advanced techniques as well. But also, more importantly, it means that it is the starting point of the week. And it is a fabulous week coming up here this week on Crafters TV. Let's dive in and have a look at the Crafters calendar. So loads on this week. So there's a masterclass earlier this morning. If you missed that, you can pop back and check that out. This is where you are right now with Monday Makers. Now tomorrow, John Scott is back. The second week of John Scott's Sewing World at 9 a.m. If you're on these, if you're here in the UK, and that will be followed immediately. We'll go straight into the softer side of life as well at 11 a.m. Here in the UK. Now a very, very special launch party tomorrow night. A very big festive launch coming up for you at 4 p.m. UK time. Wednesday, there is another masterclass, which is fantastic, and it is another new launch, which is fabulous. So that's happening at 11 a.m. here in the UK. That'll be followed by Creative Cravings in the evening, 4 p.m. if you're here in the UK. Then Thursday, bit of a change to Thursdays, masterclass coming your way at 11 a.m. on Thursday. Then not just cartload, there's a Sarah cartload happening 4 p.m. On Thursday. Right, Friday is, of course, all about Colour Me Happy, and it will be myself and Leann here for a couple of mindful hours of colouring, which is fabulous. And then the Craft House, 4 p.m. It's Rose Gold Day. Oh yes, it is. It is happening. We launched the Rose Gold Signature Collection in the UK on Friday. We'll be in the Craft House. Mary from Tennessee will be joining us. Astrid from Oxford will be joining us as well. Saturday is all about the best of. I'll be here with you at 11 a.m. on Saturday, taking you through loads of the recent highlights of everything that's been going on. And then Sunday, Second Chance Sunday, your opportunity to bring back the products that you have loved. I'll be here with you for an hour on Sunday, which is fabulous. Now, I am not alone on this Monday Makers. Oh no, Leann is here with me. Leann, how are you? You look like your garden, that paddock behind you looks fabulous.
You know, I've got a field in my backyard, thank you, Joe. Few sheep, few chickens in there. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I thought I'd give you a different perspective of my little craft house here. And I've got my apron on, so I'm challenging my country wife look today with my flowery apron and all my flowers as well. All I need is a couple of Belgian buns, and I've got the calendar girls, and I've got my calendar girls all sorted. I'm really looking forward to today actually, because today is some of my hero products. It's the things that I absolutely love, and it's brilliant having some time, a couple of hours, to just show you a few different techniques, the different ways of using them, if you've already got them at home, and if you haven't, an opportunity maybe to dive in and experience what everybody else is.
Yes, absolutely. There's loads coming up. 2 hours. Your chance to get interactive with us as well. You can do that over on Facebook. I'm monitoring the conversation over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. Don't forget as well, there is a Joe Wants to Know running today as well. And it's all about your craft disasters. So you can let me know here on Facebook. I'd say pop back to the post that was posted on Friday. Pop them in the comments there, and we'll pick someone to win £20 or $20 by the end of this show as well. So you could even grab yourself, get a cheeky voucher as well. Now I'm just going to go and grab it because, of course, every Monday Makers starts with the
Monday Mega Deal.
Absolutely it does. And what a mega deal it is for you today. It is a collection of items from our Crafty Fun signature collection. So in here you've got some great dies. So you've got this one here, which is a Stitch with Love. We've got Knit and Natter. We call it something else, don't we, Leann? You've then got some lovely stamps and dies in here. This one is your craft box. This should be $29.94, so you've got a nice saving here too. You've got some lovely stamps in there. You've also got a stencil in there and an embossing folder too. So you get all of that, the embossing folder, the stencil. You've got the stamps and dies, and the 2 die sets. £22 or $29. It is your Monday mega deal. Now the Monday mega deal only lasts for 24 hours. So you'll need to get your hands on that very, very quickly. Right, it is all going to be, there's going to be some other stuff going on as well, but it's going to be a lot about vintage lace this show, because we've managed to bring you back the most comprehensive collection that we can bring you, because, well, I'm going to just completely level with you and be honest, we don't have a lot of it left. It's been such an incredibly popular collection that what we have left is what we have left. Right, some of your all-time favourite dyes in here as well, which is fantastic. So in this one, in the dye collection, you're going to get the vintage vines, which is this one here. You're also going to get the botanicals. You're going to get the kaleidoscope of butterflies as well, which is this one here. And then you're going to get two of your flower dyes. So you're going to get the petite posies, and you're also going to get the vintage rose as well. And they are perfect for allowing you to make all of your paper flowers. They're wonderful for all of those kind of things. $24.50 or $31.50 if you want to get the metal dye collection. Right. We also have the frame collection for you as well. So into here, this one, you've got the Chantilly lace. Now this is fabulous, a wonderful border. We've removed the outside frame for you as well. So it means the outside edge, sorry. So it means that you can cut it in or you can cut it out. It's totally up to you. We've also got the Baroque frames. You know what I say, Leanne? If it ain't Baroque, don't fix it. Yeah. I know. It never gets any better, that joke. We've also got the Rococo frames for you as well. Now, these are like really amazing, very, very fancy nesting dies, really, that make gorgeous, gorgeous frames. £20 or £24.50 for that one. £40.97 is what you should be paying. £49.85 in the US. So you've got a great saving there on that one. However, what you can go for is the big collection, and there's more great stuff in this big collection. Now, what you've also got is you've got your rub-ons. Don't see these very often, but it's great to have them in this collection. You've also got as well the ribbons, which is this one just here. They're coming included, and then, oh yeah, you're going to get the paper. So you're going to get the linen ones, which are beautiful, and these are all designed to work beautifully color wise with your whole collection, which is brilliant. So there's your textured linen card, and you've got your pearlescent card, again in those same perfect accompanying tones that you've got there, which is great. And the great thing is about this one, the pearlescent is double-sided, which is fantastic. Now, the big collection is the best way of getting the best value, because it should be £120.88. Now it's £48, over 60% off. In the US, it should be $153.40. It is $60. It is an amazing saving. Probably our last chance to bring you a deal as comprehensive as this on this collection. There's one other item I'd love you to stick in your basket as well, which is the embossing folder, which is this one just here. Now this is great. It's a cut and emboss folder, which is fantastic. So it's going to cut in this beautiful frame for you and give you all of that embossing detail. £6.50 for that, which is amazing. There's less than 100 of those to go around, so you will need to be quick for them. Very, very busy on that. Don't have anywhere near as much of that as we would like. Right, there's loads of other stuff on the show as well. We've got the floral stamps for you. Shall I just push this to one side? A bit mucky today, aren't I? I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's a Monday thing, because on a Sunday, I'm quite tidy on a Sunday, but not on a Monday. I think there's a Eurovision song along those lines. This one here is your floor. There is a Eurovision song for every occasion, as my producer Laura just rightly pointed out. These are your floral stamps. Now, best way to get the best value here is to go for the whole collection. So you've got friend, you also have thanks, there's hello, sister, sorry, you've got enjoy, congrats, and you've also got mum as well. Now they are available individually if you want to go for them individually, but the best way to get the best value is to go for that collection. $29.94, $41.94 gets you all of those, and you are saving a quarter there, which is fantastic. We do also have on the show for you the fancy fonts. They are just over here. Let me grab them. And these are brilliant. These are so popular. These are, one of the most popular sentiment die and stamp collections I think that we've bought you. So this is what they look like when they come together. Let me take you through the options that you've got in here. So in here, you're going to get 12. Now, the great thing about these is that you're able to customize your own sentiment. This is your die cut element here, and then you've got the stamps, which you're able to layer up in how you see fit. So with this one, you've got just a note to say, special for your help with that one. That's the thanks. With the sorry, you've got things like for your loss, can you ever forgive me? You get the idea. So you've got sorry, you've got sympathy, celebrate, special, happy, there's birthday, smile, friend, family, love, and then finally thinking as well. You can go for them 3 for £15 or $20 if you want to, but the best way to get the best value is to go for the whole thing together. Now, that's not it. There's still loads more great stuff in this show. Definitely get yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au to take a look at everything that is on the show. Half of this has gone already here, which is your glues, £10, 60%. £10.50 or $18. Here is your price, which is fantastic. And that's your real essential glue collection in there. The tri-blends are back as well. These were so busy when we brought them to you in the earlier show that we had to bring them back for this show. $129.58, $194.12 if you're paying dollars. You can use your club discount. Everyone gets free postage and packaging and free shipping and handling. We've also got the Aqua tints for you on the show. These are on a buy one get one half price, £12.99 or $19.95, which is great. Loads of different colours in there as well. Things like winter warmers or your metallics, your vintage chics. Definitely go across to the website and have a look at all of those. Right, let's see who's joined us already this morning. I can see Lynn Harvey's here, Christine's here, Katie, Sam. The usual suspects indeed, I can see checking in and saying hello this morning. Any questions you've got, then absolutely drop them into the comments. But for now, Leanne is like a coiled spring. I could see her doing a pre-show yoga out the corner of my eye. So I'm going to hand you over. Check out her new personally trimmed locks as well. Have you considered, I mean, you've done a lot of jobs. Maybe a hairdresser could be added to that list.
I don't think so, somehow.
No?
Well, but I mean, all I did was take my craft scissors, pull out the long bits and chop off the ends.
Right, it's worked.
I mean, it's you know, it's not as terrible as it was, but it's not great. And if my hairdresser is watching, I'm going to be in so much trouble because I promised I wouldn't do it. But anyway, it was at a desperate situation and I had to, I'm afraid. I just took this as...
Well, I think it looks great.
Thank you, Joe. That's really kind of you, but I'm sure you're just being kind. Right, so the first demonstration that we're going to have a look at is one of my favourite things, and it's that fabulous cut and emboss folder. I really, really love it, and the results with it are superb, and you get a beautiful card base really quite effortlessly. So I've got a piece of lovely card, that's the double-sided pearl that I've got, and I've just trimmed it to size, and I'm going to use it with my cut and emboss folder. So I've trimmed it to a 5x7 card base, which then means when I fold the folder around the top of it there, it's perfectly centered on that card base, and I'm going to be able to cut out that lovely design in the front of my card. So your embossing folder sandwich with your machines is 2 clears, and that's all you need because it's not 3D. It's cut and emboss. We therefore need the 2 clear plates. So I'm going to use my 2 clear Gemini Junior plates, and I'm going to run that through my Gemini machine just for speed. And then if I want to use a bigger plate for a bigger concept, I can. But just shows you that the size is perfect if you've got your Junior at home as well. So that ran through really quickly. And now all I need to do is pick this up, and we can see when I remove that we have got the most exquisite card base. And actually I'm going to use it in a landscape fashion rather than a portrait fashion, but you can use it any way you like. I mean, it's entirely up to you. Now, what I'm going to do next is I want to pick out a little bit of the I'm just going to mention this to you as well so you can see this, guys. You'll see that the waste cardstock is here and very easily removed from this side. And that's because these cut and emboss folders have this included foam piece here inside the metal die, which means your bits of card don't get stuck in there because you can't have a pokey hole in an embossing folder. So I thought it'd be interesting just to explain that to you. Now, this piece of waste is not waste. I keep that, and that's great for sentiments or for, you know, something else. Maybe it's for mounting some flowers on or something like that. Always keep those little pieces where it cuts a nice oval or a circle because you'll come back to it at some point. So I keep that bit to one side. So pop the folder there. I've got my lovely card base. I'm now going to use my double-sided tape pen, my Crafter's Companion tape pen. Have I done the right way there? Yes, I have. I thought I'd done it back to front. Oh, no, I've done it back to front. I'm just going to turn it inside out. So
what you like?
What am I like?
A lot of love for your hair in the comments. People saying that it looks fantastic.
Oh, thank
and
you.
I have to agree. It does look absolutely brilliant. Who's saying this? Yolanda saying you are looking great, Leanne. Christine agrees as well. And all the people over on YouTube are saying it as well. Well, let's say her happy birthday and a hello to LJ in Scotland. It's her birthday. And she's spending it in a soggy Scotland, as she described it.
Oh.
She's got a cider on the go, though, so swings and roundabouts.
Yes, absolutely. If you've got a cider on the go, it's okay if it's soggy. Now, what I've just got here is a plain piece of what you could leave it like this as a see-through if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of white card behind, just so I've got that little contrast in there, because I'm going to put some butterflies, some flowers, and a sentiment on here as well. And I just wanted to show you how you can make that beautiful card base with your cut and emboss folder. So I'm going to run a little bit of my double-sided tape pen around the perimeter. Remember to do your flick with your glue pen.
Flick?
Flick. Did you know about the flick, Joe?
No, I know about the bend and snap. I don't know about the flick.
Oh, do you not know about the glue and flick? Oh, I'm going to show you, Joe. I'm going to get another piece of card out and show you. You've got to use the glue and flick when you're using the
glue and
tape
flick.
pen.
Is that like the shake and vat?
It's a bit like shake and fat, yes, but it's glue and it's glue and flick. Now, when you're using your tape pen, Joe, what you would never do is this. So you don't pull your tape pen on and now lift it vertical, lift it off.
Right.
Because if you do that, what happens is you stretch your glue from inside on the runner.
And I'm guessing you don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that. I'm going to pull this out so you can see. There we are. So if you do that, what happens is the glue runs inside, and that's when your tape pen can stop working. So when you apply your glue, you do this. Flick.
Oh.
And what that does is cut it in a straight line, and you're ready to apply your straight line of glue again. So it's really important that you do a little flick at the end to cut your glue so you can carry on gluing till your heart's content. Right, so I've got that there. Now, I just want to tell you about, if you've all got your Harmony Water Reactive ink pads at home, these are the colours that you need to work with your vintage lace. And I thought if I just pick these out now and tell you about them, that's great because you can pick them out yourself at home too. So the greens that you need are your smoked emerald, your green topaz and your frosty jade. Your browns are your sandstorm, your friar brown and your seal brown. And your purples are your damson wine, plum pudding and pale fig. And if I just bring this up here and show you the colour family from our cardstocks here. And if I bring this one, it's this one here. Sorry,
you're really branching out. What was it? I don't see any fuchsia or lemon or no parakeet today.
Pushing the boundaries of my colours. There's no parakeet, no lemon tonic and no fuchsia on this show. Look, you can see those three colours of harmony.
Beautiful.
The three colours the same in pigment and the three colours the same in quick dry will be perfect with your vintage collection. And I wanted to point that out for you. So if you're struggling at all ever, you know which three to pick. Now, what I'm going to do is just do a little bit of inking up now because I just want to pick a little bit of detail up. So I'm going to use my Frosty Jade over the top, and I'm just using, here we go, I'm just doing my Frosty Jade and I'm lightly rubbing it. And can you see how it's picking out that colour, the embossed detail beautifully? And because I'm just tickling it, I'm not actually rubbing it on hard, it's just now picking up that lovely detail. And because the colour is very similar to the base colour of the cardstock, it doesn't overwhelm it. It doesn't take over. It doesn't kind of make it look, you know, a bit jarring or anything like that. It just accents that beautiful deep emboss we've managed to achieve with that embossing folder and brings out the beautiful detail on the cardstock. So just give it a little tickle as you go around.
Monica says, glue and flick. Needed that tip before I got frustrated. So thanks for that. People on YouTube saying you've solved their life dilemmas.
What's
Leanne.
that? Which dilemma
is that? The glue flick.
Oh, the glue flick. Yeah. Oh, well, see, that's what we do in glue school. We really need to do a glue school.
Elizabeth said you've solved one of her life dilemmas. Everyone's saying hello. Mary's saying hello as well. Mary will be joining us on Friday. It's this Friday now, isn't it? Because she's going to be Skyping in on Rose Gold Day, no less, which will be fantastic. Thanks about the tape, but loads of people loving the tape pen. Good morning from Massachusetts, says Tammy. So lots of you loving that. Getting very, very busy now on the main collection here. It really, really is starting to move. A lot of you got it in your basket. A lot of you already checked out. A fifth of the stock has gone on that big collection. £120 worth of products for £48 or $60. It is it's amazing value for money. And the thing is, I haven't seen a collection as big as this of this product for a long time, and it's coming towards the end of its life as well. So we can't really bring you massive collections of it. I would say as well, the cut and emboss folder, less than 50 of those now to go around. I know I told you less than 100 when we started the show, and now less than 50 of those. So if you want that, please be quick for it. It is the Provence frame cut and emboss folder that you've got, and works beautifully with the collection that I'm guessing, Leanne.
Sorry, Joe?
That cut and emboss folder works beautifully with the rest of the collection.
Oh, yes, it does. It works fabulously with the rest of the collection. I mean, it's really, well, you can see, I'm now using my butterflies on this card that I've just made here with that cut and emboss folder. And I'm also planning on possibly, if we have time, using some of the flowers. If not, I'll use the flowers on another demo as well. The thing I love about it is it all goes together absolutely exquisitely. It really does. It was designed together, so of course it's going to work together. The fact that we split it out so you can make your choices if you want to is really just purely a choice thing for everybody at home. The collection itself is perfect together. Right, so I've got my 3 butterflies there now that I'm going to put on my card base. I've just cut up a couple of pieces of the card, and now I'm going to just make up my sandwich and run this through the machine. I've lost my oh, there it is. I thought I'd lost my magnetic there for a second. And we'll run this through. And again, I've just popped them on the junior plate. But actually, I've got my mini here as well. Those butterflies run through your mini perfectly. They really fit through really well. Yeah,
great that they're in this bundle as well, Leanne, because they're one of the most popular butterfly dies that we've ever bought you. So it's great that you're getting them included when it's a 60% saving, which is fantastic. Sandra just said, what were those ink pads again, please, Leanne? I think she's forgotten. They were the water reactives, weren't they?
So these are the Harmony Water Reactives, but it will work not only with your Harmony Water Reactives, the same colours are in your quick dry and the same colours are in your pigment. So the colours you would need would be Frosty Jade, Green Topaz, Smoked Emerald. That's your turquoise collections to go with the turquoise. And then the purples are Pale Fig, Plum Pudding, Damson Wine. And your browns to go with the lovely kind of vintage cream colour that we've got in here. You can see, look, it's a perfect match. Is your Sandstorm, your Friar Brown and your Seal Brown. They'll give you the lovely creams. And that's in your Harmony, your pigment and your quick dry, regardless of any of those, depending on the technique you want to apply.
Wonderful. Lisa says, Joe, do you know in the flower foaming, that's what she's written. Flower forming foam. Leaves and vines will dye with black and top. I don't, but what I would say is the 2 foliage dyes that are within this collection, you'll find them on the website individually if you want to get them. They are the vintage vines and the botanicals. They both work really well with your foam. Is that right, Leanne? Absolutely. They were developed to use with foam because when we first brought the Vintage Lace collection out to you, it had a pack of foam in before it sold out. So actually all of the dyes, the florals that I've got here and those foliage dyes in this Vintage Lace collection
work fantastically with any other foam dyes that you've got at home, so, or any other foam colour that you've got at home. So yes, they would be absolutely brilliant for that.
Fantastic.
Now I've got we've got these fabulous sentiments on the show again, Joe, and I love them. They're one of my favourite collections of sentiments ever. So I'm using the Smile one here, just with a piece of black cardstock, because I want that real contrast. So I'm going to pop that through and cut that out, and then we're going to assemble the whole card.
Those fancy fonts, Leanne, they are available as a collection on your screen at the moment. If you want to go for them, less of them, or a few of them, 3 for £15 and $20, which is great.
Absolutely it is. Right, I do love to cut them in black or a really dark chocolate brown or a navy.
I love it because they're quite swirly and fancy and brush lettery, but legible. Because a lot of the time, so often with fonts or with... I struggle a lot with some stamps. I don't know if it's my ears are going, Leanne, my eyes are going. I mean, I've got nothing left to give, really. My ears are definitely going. Yeah, it's great when you can read these easily.
Absolutely. And when you've got that lovely stark contrast, that really does help with that, Joe. Now, can you see how I'm gently taking these butterflies out? And that's because they've got a little skeleton outline on them. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that. So just by dropping it gently on my craft mat, not slamming it down, and then coming to take it out, what it does is it just loosens it a little bit in that die for you, so you can remove your butterfly just gently, just by pulling it up. And then when you get that petal, what it'll do is bring the little skeleton with it, and you can get the butterfly die out. Beautiful. And the skeleton is this little bit of wing here, which you can choose to use or not use, but it just gives a little bit of extra fluttering dimension to your butterflies.
I think it's gorgeous. And these have been one of the most popular butterfly dies that we've ever brought to you. So it's great that it's available within that die collection as well. And you can get 5 dies, $24.50 or $31.50. Pretty much everyone, though, Leanne, going for the big collection, which is not a surprise, is it? It's
not a surprise at all. Now, I always put my butterflies on with a wet glue at home. I'm just using the tape pen here today for speed, and all I'm going to do is position my little butterflies around this card blank that we've created, just in different places. I've got my little wings flying up, and it's a little bit like the garden. You always do things in 3s or 5s, 1s, 3s or 5s. That's the rule. So you can see I've got 3 butterflies on here. I'm going to have that one, and I have it down here, in fact, actually. There we go. And now I've got my Smile sentiment, which is going to get some Dotty tape pen on the back of it. Come here, Dotty. Here it is. And I like to hold it still and just do a little couple of runs. So I'm not stretching the sentiment out. So you notice how I'm putting my fingers on 2 different places, the place where I'm going to put the tape, and that stops you stretching your sentiment out of shape. And then we're just going to put Smile on here.
I love that sentiment there. I love that font there in the middle of that. I think it looks really great. And I see what you mean about the black. It really is striking, isn't it?
Doesn't it? Do you know what? It lifts the whole design. It really does. Now, I was going to make some flowers and pop some flowers on there, but actually, I think it'll be overkill. I don't think it's needed. So I'm going to show you. I've just got here a few flowers I've cut out with photocopy paper, and I'm going to do that in a different demo that I've got ready for you. So I'm going to save that as a little surprise for later.
Photocopy paper.
Photocopy paper with your Aqua tint.
I know. I'm guessing those flower dyes in, would they work with your foam, the flower dyes in this
Yes,
collection?
they'll work with your foam. I've used them on watercolour cardstock. I mean,
mulberry papers, those kind of things, your tissues.
Fabulous. Tissue paper, handmade paper, your loo roll, you know the toilet roll technique that I show you.
You are obsessed, aren't you?
I'm obsessed with the toilet roll and the kitchen roll. It's fabulous cutting it out with these flower dyes and painting it with your aqua tints, because it really holds its shape beautifully. I think I might actually take an opportunity to show you that, because these flower dyes are amazing with that. They really are.
I always find it funny that cards that we have just done by the design team don't have anything written on the inside of them. I always find it strange. I don't know why. I almost want to go around and writing them all and be like, to you, love from me. Right, I want to show you firstly what you've got. So let's just recap. There's a few different collections here for you. Of course, the best way to get the best value is to go for the big collection. Now, in there, pretty much, well, I hear everyone is, barring a couple of you, is going for that big collection. Firstly, you're going to get the butterflies in there. Now, this is what they create, those beautiful schmetterlings in 3 different sizes. The great thing is about them, you can lay them up on top of each other if you want to, or you can use them individually and they look fabulous because you're able to get that depth and dimension by bringing those wings up. Also in there as well, you're going to get the botanicals. Now these are great with your cardstocks as well as your foam flowers. You've also got in there as well the vintage vines, which is fantastic. And then you're going to get 2 of the flower dyes. You're going to get the posies and you're going to get the rose as well, which are this style of dye. So that is your dye collection. You can go for it individually if you want to. However, it's all coming included in the big bundle for there. Then you've got your frames collection. Now your frames collection, in there you've got your Chantilly lace, which is this one just here. And this is great because actually, where did that card go that I just looked at a moment? So you can use it like a banner, but you see how it's been used there in that card? It's actually been used 3 times there and layered up. So you don't need to cut the detail. You can just cut the back panel out if you want to. It's very clever how you use that one. You've got that in there. You've got your 2 frames as well. So you've got the Rococo frames, which is this one, the lovely rectangular ones, and you've got the more rounded Baroque frames in there as well. So you get all of that. You are then getting the rub-ons in here, which is fantastic. You're getting the ribbons in there as well. So you really are building quite a substantial collection here. And then finally what you're getting are the papers. And the papers for me and the cardstocks are what really bring it all together. It's those sort of lovely aqua greens and purples in this collection, which are just beautiful. So you can see there is your linen cardstock. You can't really see up close sometimes, but what it's got is it's got a real fine texture to it. Which is like a very, very fine, expensive linen, which is wonderful. So as well as getting that, and that's double-sided as well, you've also got here your pearl too. So you can see here, there is your pearl. Very, very busy on this. How much of the stock's gone? A quarter of the stock has already sold. We're not even a quarter, we're just only a quarter of the way through the show. And you know what it's like on these shows, we get busier and busier and busier as the show progresses. Don't miss out on it. If you've wanted this for a while, the vintage lace collection, and you've been waiting or looking for quite a big collection, the collections are only going to get smaller as we go along now, as we come towards the end of what has been one of the most incredibly popular signature collections that we have brought to you. Now, always a great staple to have in your crafty stash is some great adhesive. These are, of course, great adhesive. These are like the holy trinity of wet glues that we bring you here at Crafters TV. You've got the all-purpose, the tacky, and you've got the 3D glue gel with the tools as well. Over 60% of that's gone, $10.50 or $18 if you want to go for that one. Right, getting really busy. Loads of you still commenting along. Can these dyes be used with vinyl is what Gloria's asking. Leanne, any advice on that?
I think you could definitely try that, Gloria, but you would need the addition of your metal plate. Okay. Because with vinyl, that's a layer of thin plastic with adhesive and then that backing sheet on there. So there's a lot for your dye to get through, and these are a regular paper crafting thin metal dye, but there's no reason why you couldn't try that with your metal shim. And I think with your metal shim, you should be okay.
Fabulous. Cindy says, Joe, you might be going deaf and blind, but at least your hair isn't going anywhere. You've got a good head of hair. I guess, reasons to be cheerful. But lots of you commenting along. I'm going to read some of your crafting fails out in a moment as well. But I'm going to hand back to Leanne. What do you fancy showing us next, Leanne?
I thought we'd have a look at these lovely frames. If it's not Baroque, don't fix it one, which is now called, is one of my favourites, as is that oval in there, and that's why we've got them on this fabulous Monday Makers, because I find myself going back to these time and time and time again. They're so incredibly useful and so classy and stylish. So let's have a look at what these frames cut out like. I've just got a lovely piece of the lilac kind of mauvey linen colour, linen textured cardstock here with that fabulous frame, and then just going to make up my sandwich and pop it through my Gemini. I have got an absolutely horrendous crafty fail, Joe. Oh, when it comes around to it, I've got a really bad one to share with you.
A crafty what?
Fail.
Oh, okay, go on. I love a crafty fail.
Well, there's crafty fail number one. There's crafty fail number one.
Oh, I came up with a funny thing.
My die slipped.
I come up with a
I should have taped it down.
a quip the other day, didn't I?
Did you?
You don't. You know what? Your dice. Oh no, it's not. It's gone. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'll do better next time.
Yes, please do. Well, try to do better than me.
You better tape them down because you don't want them to House of Pain. Jump around.
Oh, that was a good one.
Got
that was a good one.
Now, I actually quite like that effect though that you've got there.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, I was just going to say I'm going to get my guillotine out because mine slipped there, which wasn't the plan at all. But if I get my guillotine now and just straighten up this little edge where it slipped there, and if I straighten up this edge here where it slipped here, now I have got, I'll keep that in my little crafty stash, and I've got a lovely kind of corner panel that I could use on another project with some other stuff going around. So I actually won't throw that away. Fortuitously, I have one already cut out for you, so you don't have to watch me do that again. Now, I love these dies because you've got this outline one, then you've got the die, I'm going to pick them out so you can see. So you've got that full one there, which cuts out that big outline for you. Then you've got this inlay and a little thin metal frame, which when used together, cuts out that beautiful little panel for you. You've then got an additional one in the centre here. Look at this layer as well. Let me just pick that die up to show you. Put that little die in the centre there. When you cut that, cuts this one, so that layers up separately for you as well. And then we've got this little die here which fits inside of here and then cuts the perfect size sentiment panel for you as well. So all of those layering possibilities just on one set, and you've got that in the rectangle and in my favourite, the oval as well. So a really fab set of dies, Joe, and you can see how they can all be used there. Now, I'm going to put this one together a little bit differently to we've done before, and I'm just going to show you how I make my little standy card base first, and then I'll tell you about my crafty fail.
Sounds like a plan. Get popcorn, people.
Yeah, absolutely, you'll need it. So I've got that lovely little, I've got that lovely Baroque frame there, and then I've just cut a piece of cream cardstock, scored 1/4 inch in, folded it, and that's going to make a little stand for me on my card so that my frame stands up. So you don't always have to cut more than one of the frames. You can just make yourselves, you know, like a little standy up, you know, a little whatever that is, a little tent. That's the word I'm looking for. So you see, just glue that in place there, and now that creates for me, and I just honestly always do this, it's really important, get your bone folder, crease that crease within 1 inch of its life, and then what it does is stand up for you beautifully. All right, now yes,
it's gorgeous.
I usually make cards upside down as well, I have to say.
You what?
I make cards upside down all the time.
Oh, lots to chatter on YouTube about Australian cards. Turns out, you know, when I first went to Australia, I thought I'd get there, all the cards would be upside down.
Yeah.
Turns out they're the right way around.
Are they?
I think you're all pulling my leg. Yeah, they're not upside down at all.
Oh.
The water does go round down the plug hole the right other way though.
Does
this
it?
way it goes.
Does it
It
really?
goes that way, doesn't it?
Oh,
there
I
it
didn't
goes
know
the other
that.
way.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I thought that was just like a...
no, that's a genuine. That's a genuine.
That's a real thing. Wow.
Yeah. And they have real kangaroos and quokkas. I've seen them all.
Oh my word. Right, so now there's a couple of different things we're going to have a look at here with regards to the flowers. And what I talked to you about earlier is using those flower dies on things other than your foam. So what I've got here, you'll see here, I've got this beautiful, and I'm just going to show you this finished card so you can see. I've got all of this lovely cream paper, just plain cream coloured thinnest copy paper, could be a white copy paper if you want to, which is being cut out with the florals and then just inked with the ink on the side a little bit and then scrumpled and made into this flower. So that's one way of doing it. It's fab, honestly, it looks lovely. Now another thing you can do is to get your Aqua tint inks out and your kitchen roll. We're getting the kitchen roll out again, guys, because you can use your Aqua tints as well. So, and your Aqua tint scent that works perfectly, because you know I was telling you about the harmony earlier. Your Aqua tint set that works perfectly with your vintage lace collection is the vintage chic set.
Ooh la la, vintage chic.
Vintage chic.
Right, I'm going to show you that. It's this one just here, the vintage chic. It is available. So you get 3 of the 30ml pots as you expect. and that is the colour that you get. So in there you've got peony, fig and the sage, which is great. They're on a buy one get one half price, so definitely have a little look around and grab some of the others whilst you're there. Some of the other ones, there's another one that I thought went quite well with it as well. I'm not going to be able to find it now, am I? Was it the Perfect Pastels? That one as well, I love that one. There's all sorts, though, glitz and glamour, summertime, metallics, the whole range of the Aqua tints are right there. Cozy Christmas is also very busy too, I'm being told.
Right, so I folded a piece of kitchen towel into 4, I believe, and then you see me run that little die through there. So I've cut out my 4 flowers and I've cut them out of a piece of kitchen towel folded in quarters. Okay, so I've got 4 layers. Now, what you could do is separate every layer out if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just use it all squidged together like that, and actually it creates almost like a thin watercolour effect paper for you, which will take all the shaping of your floral. Okay. So I'm going to leave it like that and then show you how I'm going to colour it up. So I've got my little craft mat down here. Here it is. I like to bring this in when I'm doing a bit of aqua tinting.
That was on the this morning show, with the blending show. So I think it's on this show as well, isn't it? Can you get a 2-pack? You can get a 2-pack in this show. $15.98 for 2 of those if you want to grab those. $23.92 if you're in the US.
Okay, and then I'm going to bring my aqua tint in. Now I think the colour I'm going to use, the peony colour out of that vintage chic. And I'm just grabbing myself a wide paintbrush.
There's
and
some beautiful
water.
peonies in the shops at the moment you can buy.
Oh, well, we had some lovely peonies in our garden, but unfortunately, all the petals are off now. They're finished.
Oh, they finished? They're
yeah,
quite,
they're not
quite
in
an
season.
early bloomer, are they, peonies?
They are, yeah, they're not in season now.
Oh.
Well, different peonies bloom at different times. Just the ones in our garden are early spring.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're done now.
I'm going to the supermarket tonight. I might buy some. I do love them.
I love peonies. One of my favourite flowers.
Lilies
now,
I love, but they're just so messy.
They are messy.
They literally, I had some recently. Every morning I went down, one had opened. It looked like someone had just gone up to them and clapped on them. It was absolutely everywhere. And I do try and snip it out as they open. You know, you can snip the bits of, what's it called?
Stamens.
That bump. The stamens out.
Yeah.
But yeah, these ones look like someone had clapped on them every morning. Nightmare.
Yeah, I do try to cut them out as well, but I do love the smell. I love the smell of lilies in the house. I think they're gorgeous. So you see, I'm just now, I put a little bit of water and I put my peony colour on here, and I just added a little bit. So you can pass, so you see that's a little bit dark. I want to show you how you can do different colours as well. Take a tiny bit of your aqua tint out onto your mat, take more water, and then what you can do, see, different colour. So you can really water the colour down if you want to as well, and really just soak in them. Because it's the kitchen towel, it'll take it really, really well. So it just takes all of the colour beautifully. You can mix 1 or 2 colours on here if you want to. You don't have to stick with one colour. I'm just going to leave a little bit of white on the ends because I think it'll look quite nice. And then we can do the same with these 2. And then what I'm going to do, Joe, is I'm going to dry them with a heat gun, and once they're dry with a heat gun, I'm then going to shape them.
Oh, lovely. Lovely way of adding colour. I hadn't thought about that before. I know some people add colour, especially with like foam flowers with their alcohol markers, but I hadn't thought of doing it in this way. Do you want to hear Crafting Disaster? I've been going through a few of them on Facebook. Cindy Sue says, sewing to make 250 baby bonnets. I'd love to know what they're up to. There's obviously no TVs around where you live. You're making 250 baby bonnets at once. What a family. Anyway, glue used to create the folded edge didn't hold and discoloured the fabric. Hours, days and weeks of work had to be tossed. What a nightmare. Susan says, I've never tried sewing, but I saw a tutorial for a pillowcase. I found some pretty Downton Abbey fabric, so I thought I would give it a try. It's a pillowcase. How hard can it be? Well, I attached the border wrong. The body of the pillowcase was right with the rough seam edge inside, but the border had the seam edge outside. I never fixed it and never tried sewing again after that, although watching Sarah makes me want to try it again. Oh, I think you weren't far off. I mean, if it all went together, it doesn't sound like much of a disaster to me. I did a really lovely card, says Teresa. Then I inserted the insert. When completed, I'd put it in upside down, so you had to turn the card round to read the inside. Just trying to imagine how that sounds like a real nightmare. Oh, wow, this is a good one from Linda Leanne. The day my dog came past my table, wagged her tail, I was using gold flakes. One black lab with beautiful golden flakes all over her. This is one more whilst we're here from Gillian. I crocheted a cardigan for myself when I was 13. Really proud of myself as I had no pattern to follow. Anyway, every time it was washed, it grew. I ended up being big enough for my mum. That's quite hilarious.
That's funny.
That is very funny. The crocheted shorts that have you seen a picture of the crocheted shorts?
I have seen a picture of the crocheted
They're quite
shorts.
something, aren't they?
They are a spectacle to behold.
I didn't even follow a pattern for those, you know. I just
Did you not?
just sort of
You just made it up.
Just sort of started going around in a circle and sort of. Well, I did a chain and sort of roughly measured it, and then I went. They're very short, is all I'll say. Like as in, and as I've got bigger, they get shorter as well. So, but maybe one day I'll bring them in. Maybe one day if I've got nice tan legs at the end of the summer. Or finally get away on holiday. Maybe then.
Well, I'm just going to cut out a little hand circle.
Hand circle?
I'm not going to draw around anything. I'm just freestyle, freehand circle.
Freehanding a circle. You're going to do it by eye? I'm
doing it by eye. Just a little freehand circle here. And you'll find out what that's for in a second because it just helps you put your flower together. So I've got that. I've got my freehand circle. I've got my vintage flower, which isn't as dry as I would like it to be, but just for speed, we're going to go with it a little bit damper.
Okie doke.
I need this up here. Now, while I'm doing this and I'm shaping them and putting them together, I'll just tell you about my crafty disaster.
Oh, yes, please.
So when Mr. C and I got our first house, when we were very, very young, Joe, we were just kids. Just whippersnappers.
Right.
We got a sofa given from a friend. Okay, and she was very kind, and it was lovely of her to do it, but it wasn't the epitome of style.
Okay.
But it was comfortable. So I decided, because I've always been a bit crafty and nothing's ever too much trouble for me. I always want to try the next crafty thing. And for everything I think, I can do that. And I'll just dive in a little bit really, Joe. Sometimes, it doesn't always work. But anyway. So this day I decided I'd gone to a local market in Chester Street, and I'd seen that he was selling velour Draylon, pink.
Velour?
Pink velour Draylon.
Right, just elaborate on Draylon, because I'm not entirely sure I know what
like
Draylon
a very
is.
thick velvet.
Oh, wow.
Right? Very thick velvet. Like if you go into a pub and they've got those really thick velvet seats.
Oh, awful.
Yes, that. And I had decided that I wanted to recover this brown floral Draylon with a wood frame that we were given sofa in this pink, and I was going to paint the brown wood like a lovely, like a crew cut. I mean, it was 30 years ago, for goodness sake.
Have you still got it?
Right? No. So I went in, bearing in mind we got given the sofa because we couldn't afford to buy one. So off I went. I got the drill and I thought, champion, I can do that, and I'll do it in a weekend. So I got an old sewing machine off my mother-in-law, started on the journey and cut, just with scissors because I was confident I could do it, all the brown Draylon off, so just had the sponge, and then tried to cover it with the pink and realised I'd only gotten half of the amount of material I needed, and I hadn't cut any fabric patterns for the cushions, so I couldn't actually sew the thing together. And so for the next 9 months, Mr. C and I had to sit on foam sponge squares with half a roll of pink Draylon draped over it until we could afford to buy a settee.
That sounds like an absolute nightmare. I'm not going to lie. Carol says she's in the middle of sewing a faux leather duffel bag and don't think the machine will sew through the thickness of the layers that she needs to attach the straps to the bag. Oh dear. And it has to be finished tomorrow. So that is a bit of a disaster, I will agree.
Okay, so I've done my hot glue, and I'm just poking these little layers of flour now into the centre of the hot glue that I've done with this Aqua tint. And I love it. And then I offset them as well. Oh, that one just picked up. That liked the glue. Let me just lie that down. You can go back there. And actually, if they all ruffle up, it doesn't matter. And you want them to ruffle up really, because you can see as they're ruffling, as I'm pushing them down, can you see how that flour is now starting to take form. And so then you just put another little bit of hot glue in the centre. Hot glue is the key because it grabs it immediately. And then offset it again, push it in, and you see how it all starts to fold up. This is made with kitchen towel, remember, and that was the little freehand circle that I cut. That gives me something to stick it onto so that I don't burn my fingers, and I can do a little bit of shaping. And this is still a little bit damp in places, so when it dries it'll be better. Last little bit of hot glue in the centre there. My last little flower. There we go. There it is. And then what we can do with that is just nip it up and then give it a little last blast with your heat gun, and it'll dry all the layers. And then what you'll notice is, because I had 4 layers of kitchen towel, they all start to separate, but the aqua tint has gone through every layer. So actually it just looks like really coloured, delicate little fluffy petals all the way around, just made with your kitchen towel. And that's a beautiful rose made really quickly. So let's just finish that card off. And I wanted to show you that because I think sometimes it's nice to see how you can do something a little bit different and make it look, you know, completely different to what you were doing just by bringing in lots of different little bits. I mean, look, that rose for me looks beautiful with those colours on there. So let's layer it up, and I'll do that quickly for you, Joe.
Loads of people loving these. Christine says, looks better than I thought it was. I think that means she didn't have any faith at the start. That's frustration. Is that what it means, Christine? I don't know. Just, you know, reading between the lines here. Kay says, what a beautiful flower. Love these flowers. That is so clever, Leanne. Says Carol, loads of you. Absolutely loving that. And then you're popping it onto the, is that the Baroque or the Rococo frame?
This is Baroque. I like this, and I'm going to make 2 different versions. I'm making 2 cards because I want to show you how different it can be. This one I'm going to put on a little jaunty angle here. This one's going in the centre. So I've got my little sentiment there. This one's going jaunty angle. You can ink these round the sides. See, I've inked these with the Sandstorm, the ink pad I was telling you about earlier.
Oh,
I haven't inked this one just for speed. So you can see I've just done a little bit of different positioning there. And then I've got my yellow flower. Now, this was the same technique, same dye, but this is paper, this is kitchen towel. This is coloured with Harmony Water Reactive, just inked ever so slightly. And you can see I've got the layers here, I'll show you, where I've scrunched them, inked them, and then done the hot glue pen technique exactly as you've just seen to bring it together and make this floral. So that's that. And then we're going to glue them in place. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun again. So actually I want this floral to be the centerpiece. So I'm going to take that one and pop that there. And then with the yellow one, I'm just going to pop that down at the bottom, exactly as I did with the original card. And I've got as well, actually, I'll just put a little bit of glue here. I've got some little hand cut leaves.
Christine says she's always got faith in you, Leanne. It was just the colour didn't look great going on, and it's paper towels. I'm sure I'm not alone. I knew Leanne would do magic on it, and hasn't she just? It does look amazing.
Thank you so much. Now I'm just putting a couple of little paper leaves behind it because it brings it together. I think sometimes when you start, I think, you know, Christine, you've got a fair point, because sometimes when you start doing these things, again, even yourself, if you start and you look at it and you think, oh, that's never going to work, you would be tempted just to stop and put the whole blooming thing in the bin rather than keeping going. But actually just having some courage and some conviction, you can continue and start to make beautiful things like that. Something that you thought was going to be a dog's breakfast, it wasn't going to work. You see, and as this paper towel now that it's glued in place with the hot glue gun, as it starts to dry out, you can see here, look, you can see all of the 4 layers, 6, 8 layers that I had, they all start to separate out, and it just gives lovely foliage to your flower. So there's a couple of examples there of 2 different cards, just doing 2 different flowers with either copy paper or kitchen towel.
Wonderful, and just another one of so many different ways in which you're going to use this collection. Betsy said, I've had this collection since it was released on H10 and learned something new every time it's demonstrated. She really, really loves it. Amazing way to make a flower as well, says Evelyn. We'll have to watch this later and give it a try. That you will. We're very, very busy on the main vintage lace collection, just getting busier and busier as we go through the show. Now, I know a lot of you love commenting along on Facebook, and we love it when you do that. But if you do want to watch and shop at the same time, it is pretty easy. Here's all the details. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there, of course, of how you can watch and shop at the same time. I can't wait for the hairdressers to open. 7th of July, Leanne. When are you're booked? Are you on a waiting list, aren't you?
No, I've got an appointment. Woohoo! My appointment is on the Thursday.
That'll be the 9th then.
No, the next one.
The 16th.
Yeah.
Oh, not long to go. Laura, producer Laura, when are you booked in for? Yeah. Oh, Laura's on a waiting list. Oh. Daniel definitely doesn't need his haircut. He came in. He's giving himself a home cut today. I guess. Are you going to keep doing yours yourself now, Director Daniel? He's not going to queue. That boy don't queue. Right, let's move on. Let me show you some of these floral sentiments. Now, these are great. It's a collection of 8 floral words. Loads you can do with these as well. Oh, I'm knocking things over. Leanne's going to take us through these and show us a few demonstrations with them. But I just wanted to show you what you've got. I love the fact that you've got the floral elements as well. So it's like you can stamp it out. You've got your sentiment, but then also you can get your colouring mediums involved with these as well, which I know so many of you love. $29.94 is a great price as well to get 8 of these, which is fantastic. $29.94 if you're in the UK, $41.94 if you're in the US. That is a 25% saving. They are all available individually if you want to get them individually, but of course the best way to get the best value is to go for them all together. So they are your floral sentiments. We'll be seeing those in a minute. I wanted to take you through the Aqua tints. Really, really busy on these now as well. And there's a few different options here for you. So this is how they come to you. You get 3 pipettes and 3 jars in each of these, 30 mils in each, which is fantastic. So there's lots in there, and there's loads of different ways you can use these. Debbie did quite a lot of demonstrations on how to use your liquid inks on Thursday's cartload show, so you can always go back and watch that. Let me just take you through the options though that you've got here. So it's a buy one get one half price, so make sure you're buying these in multiples of 2. You've got vintage chic, winter warmers, falling leaves, afternoon tea, shades of spring, perfect pastels, summertime, metallics, and you've got your glitz and glamour there as well. So they are your options when it comes to the Aqua tints. I was going to call them Aqua blends then. Not Aqua blends, are they? Aqua tints. Let me share with you the tri blends. Now, very, very busy on these. We had an exceptionally busy show earlier. $129.58 or $194.12 if you want to get these. Everyone will get free P&P. Everyone will get free shipping and handling. And the great thing is you can use your Club Inspired discount on these. Platinum members in the UK, you'll save about £26 on top of that price. You can see it on your screen. Platinum members in the US, US, you'll save about an extra $40 off of these. So really, really great. You've got a 15% saving. You've got your essentials in here, and you can see each one of these triangles represents 3 different colours for you. Because of course, what you've got is one pen with 3 different shades there. You've also then got as well the deep blends, and what they are half of these deep blends are new colour, and half of them are extensions of those colours within the essential collection. What I would say is that these 48 markers that give you almost 150 colours is the whole collection when it comes to tri-blend. So it's your opportunity to get the whole thing whilst we have them, whilst they're also on a great price as well. I know these were like Leann's baby, these pens. I had the pleasure of launching these actually in the UK, myself and Leann. Very, very busy on those. Talking of very, very busy on our vintage lace as well. A third of the stock of the vintage lace has gone. Definitely got yourself over to the website. I'm not going to go for it again, but you've got all your papers in here. You've got your frames in here, your border dies, your rub-ons, your ribbons, and then your 5 different die collections have got absolutely everything included there. £48, $60. That's down from £120 in the UK. $153 is what you should be paying in the US. So definitely grab it whilst we've got a great comprehensive collection, whilst you've got also that fantastic saving. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Leann. What do you want to show us next, Leann?
I love these, so I thought let's just have a look at how plain and simple we can stamp them, heat emboss them, colour them, because I think that's just what they're crying out for. Now, what I don't want you to think is that you have to always do them in black, because you don't. And a lot of our samples and a lot of the examples, even on the packaging, they're always done in black. And actually, with your pigment ink pads, I have got a black one here, but I actually think that the really dark colours like Damson Wine, Smoked Emerald and Midnight are beautiful for this effect and really just lift it and give it a little bit of something different. So let's do one with our Midnight to start. So I'm using my pigment ink pad. I've got my stamp on my platform here, and I'm inking it up. I was looking for my magnetic. Oh, I can see my magnetic base. I'm going to grab it.
Oh, sorry. What's having a sip of my smoothie there? I'm trying to be good, you know, Leann. I'm back on the diet. Honestly, I feel like I'm going to pop if I don't get back on the diet. You know when you feel like you're going to just burst, like you've eaten so much? And even, I knew it was bad because Saturday night I had some chocolate-covered pretzels and some caramel nibbles in the house, and I just couldn't face either of them. Oh. So I thought, you know, it's getting really, really serious when you get to that point, isn't it?
It totally is. If you can't face caramel covered pretzels, did you say?
No, milk chocolate covered pretzels. They're a bit salty, aren't they? Oh, they're just so good. And also some caramel chocolate nibbles as well.
Are they the Flips ones?
Sorry?
Flips.
Yeah. Aren't they good? Do you like the milk ones or the dark ones?
Both.
Yeah.
They're my favourites. I love them. Really,
see, I think they must be better than just all chocolate, though, surely. They must be a bit healthier than all chocolate.
Well, of course, you've got a bit of pretzel in there.
Yeah, I mean, not just deep-fried carbs, but, you know.
Anyway, who's counting? But when they're in the vending machine in the office...
Are they in the vending machine in the office?
Oh,
Shut the front door and call me Barbara. They're in the office?
They're in the office in the vending machine.
Are they? How do I not know this?
Well, usually because I've eaten them all. Because I just go with me money and I go, mine, mine, mine. And if there's 6 in a row...
You know what we need, don't you? Because cash is, let's face it, cash is over now.
Yeah.
Since everything that's happened, it feels like nowhere takes cash. I haven't even seen anyone spend cash, have you, in the last, God knows however long. It really is done, cash. We need to start a petition to get tap on our vending machine, you know, contactless, because you can get contactless vending machines now.
Can you really?
Yeah, you just tap your card or your phone, you do Apple Pay. Do you imagine how much chocolate we'd eat? Because the reason you don't use a vending machine every day is because you've got no change. There's no other reason. That is true.
That is a true story. I have actually been wandering around the office going, has anybody got any change?
Sarah's begged me for change. I've had to give Sarah change for the vending machine.
For the vending machine.
Kelly, poor Kelly, who looks after us, she's always giving me change for the vending machine as well. Yeah, if we could we need to get a contactless one. I think that's the way forward.
I agree.
Oh, Nicole says flipped pretzels are the best. Producer Laura, who is like, I reckon she's probably about 2 stone wet through, I would say.
Yeah, I would agree.
Fantastic body, amazing figure, really super healthy, does lots of running. Just said to us two, I don't think I've ever used a vending machine, you know. Maybe that's how this happened.
Well, do you know, I had to stop myself at one point because I was about to, you know that phrase that ends in Sherlock? But I obviously couldn't say it on live TV. I was about, it was on the end of my tongue and I had to stuff it all back in. Oh dear.
Christine says, there goes the diet again. No, the diet's back on today, but who knows how long for. My body is, at the moment, a temple in the week and a cesspool at the weekend. That's how it's going.
Absolutely. Now, you can see here that I've got that lovely, it's heat embossed lovely, and it's stamped with the pigment ink pads. I've got that lovely pale blue in the background. And I'm just going to take one of my Aqua tints, and I'm going to go with the blue again in the Aqua tint. And I'm going to get my big brush and my water, and I'm going to water it down. And this is what I like to do for just tone on tone crafting. So I don't want any loads of colour in there. I don't want to have to spend ages working out how to colour the florals in or whatever. I've just got it on a piece of white stamping cardstock. I've done it in the dark navy blue. I've watered down my Aqua tint so it's much more pastel, and then I just do a wash.
Oh,
over the top.
I love it. I think it's inspired.
And I mean, could that, honestly, guys, be any more easy? It could not be more simple, could it? And it looks, when it's dried, looks beautiful. And then when it is dry, if you want, you can get your Harmony Water Reactives and you can do a little vignette around the outside if you want to do that. But actually, once that's done, all we need to do now, I'm just going to clean up this mess because I will absolutely get
Anne from Connecticut said, Leanne, her body is a temple, ancient, in ruins, and possibly haunted.
I love that. Fantastic.
That is
brilliant.
really funny. I do like that a lot. Lots of you talking about your favourite chocolate. Susan's vending machine takes credit cards, so I do feel like there's no hope for any of us, though, if we do make that a thing,
that
don't
is
you
a thing,
think?
yeah. Because at least now when I haven't got any change, Joe, I've got no excuse and I can't use the vending machine.
Absolutely. What was it? Chocolate comes from plants, so technically it's a vegetable, also says Anne. I think you're a bit like a rhyme. Wine, chocolate, vegetable oil. If vegetables are so good for you, why is vegetable oil so bad? That's what I don't understand.
That's a very good question. I've no idea.
So potatoes fried in vegetable. Oh, surely that's healthy. Apparently it isn't. Apparently not. Getting very busy on these floral stamps again. I'll just whiz you through the options that you've got here whilst Leanne resets for her next demonstration. So you've got friends. You've also got thanks. You've got hello. That's Adele's favourite one. That sister. Sorry. Enjoy, congrats, and you've got mum in there too. And very busy also on the Aqua tints as well. Shall I just quickly whiz you through the options on the Aqua tints? So you've got this one here, a vintage sheet. Sounds very Parisian, doesn't it? You've got winter warmers, falling leaves, winter warmers are busy, afternoon tea, shades of, what was that? Shades of spring. Perfect pastels, your favourite so far. Summertime, metallics, and you've got the glitz and glamour as well. The fact that they are in a jar means that you can do so much with them, which is brilliant. Loads and loads of techniques. We've done, I say we, the royal we as in Leanne, has done masterclasses on these jars, so you can go back and watch that. How long ago was that? It was a few weeks ago on a Friday, wasn't it?
It was a few weeks ago on a Friday, but if you go back and watch one of those masterclasses, whenever I've done a masterclass, be it with sparkle or aqua tint or metallic, actually all of the techniques can be used across all three of the different inks.
Wonderful.
So if you see a technique in sparkle, if you go, but I haven't got sparkle, I've got aqua tint, you can do the same technique. So yes, it's great for that. Right, so I've just inked up another example here, and this time I'm going with Mum. So I've got Mum and I've got the daffodils, and I have done it in black this time because I'm going to colour it in, Joe.
Fabulous.
I'm going to use my tri-blends.
Keep getting your crafty disasters in. because we love hearing them. You've been letting me know all week on Facebook. Teresa says I did a fairly big cross-stitch design, but didn't realise that the aid was rectangular. The Ada, is that a cross-stitch thing?
Yes, that's the fabric with the holes in that you stitch through.
Ada or Aida?
Ada.
So there's a musical called Fascinating Ada as well. Or was it Aida? I don't know. It was written by Elton John. Anyway, every day was a school day. I started on it the wrong way round, didn't notice until I was running out of room for the stitching. Lucky I was able to salvage by stitching a strip of Ada along the top and bottom and covering the seams with a mount. When I frame the piece, it sounds like a save to me. Jan Jones once says, do you really want to know? Ha ha ha. I know what Jan is very, very cheeky. Keith's sidekick, Jan. So probably Jan. I would love to know. Do let me know. Making a lovely card the other night. Went to show my hubby. Never realised the card was upside down. I'm an umpty. It says Debbie. Sewing through my finger. Now that is that's a real disease. You got the horse then. That doesn't come out very often. Yeah, that's awful, Leanne.
My word, that wins in terms of a crafty disaster. Good Lord. I can't even... What, with the sewing machine?
Sewing through my finger. Needle going in was bad, but getting it out and clipping the threads worse.
Oh, I feel sick. Oh, no.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I've gone all funny.
John says, in 1989, with my first sewing machine, I made a pair of MC Hammer pants out of cotton tie-dye material. Had no idea I should have washed the material first. Every piece of clothing in the wash was ruined. And when the dye ran, that and they were MC Hammer pants on a 30-year-old man. I was not fly. Fair enough. I'll give you one more whilst I'm here as well. Mickey says a couple of years ago I was getting ready to work on Christmas cards and opened three, red, green and white, very large tubs of glitter. Our new puppy and my older dog were sleeping on the bed next to my craft bench. One of my boys came home early and both dogs, combined weight 175 pounds, jumped up and off the bed, tipping over my craft table, glitter everywhere. She then says the dogs were pooping glitter for weeks. Yeah, don't eat glitter.
Dear.
It's not good. Patty says her biggest craft disaster is simply her craft room. I don't think you are alone there, Patty, I would say. Okay, how are you getting on there, Leanne?
So I've stamped this one in black pigment ink and I've heat embossed it with a clear. And now I've got a couple of my tri-blends and we're going to colour in the florals, because you can use your tri-blends when normally, you know, you hear us saying stamp it with a finesse alcohol proof. Do it in that way. Now, as long as you're using a cardstock that your alcohol marker will work with, which I have done, I've used our marker card here. What I'm able to do is stamp and heat emboss the mum and then take my tri-blends and colour in up to those little heat embossed lines. And then I can use my darkest one here. In fact, I've got the orange as well from another pen, which I love. And I like to put a little bit of extra colour in for daffodils, because they do look nice with a little bit of orange in, don't they? So just a tiny bit. And then I'll go with my light and blend that out again. And then I can go with my darkest colour, or my light yellow, my medium colour, and blend that all out so that my daffodil starts to come to life brilliantly. And it's just wonderful being able to use your tri-blends with your heat embossing in this way. So you see, you can colour that up really easily. And you just go up to the line. Because it's heat embossed with your pigment in pad, won't interfere with your alcohol marker. And then this is the light. And then we'll do the inside of my daffodil orange. So I'll go with the lightest colour first. It's nice and psychedelic. You do get daffodils like this though, don't you? And then I'm going with the darkest colour around the centre. Middle colour will bring it out. There we go. And then we go with the lightest colour again and bring that all the way out. And I would just go around and use my tri-blends on all of those little flowers just to do that all the way. And it starts to build up lovely, doesn't it? And I love the fact that these florals, I love the fact that they intertwine with the sentiment word. I think it looks lovely.
It really does. Details there on your screen for the whole collection. And this is, I'm right in thinking, isn't it, Leann? This is the lot. This is all of them that you're getting here in this collection.
Absolutely. And I'm using a pen here from the Essential blend, which is my yellow, and a pen from the darker blend, the deeper blends. Blend shade, what that's, I can't remember what that's called. Deep
Essentials blends. And deep blends.
Deep blends, which will work together and gives you two different intensities of colour, which you can see here. You've got the lighter colour and then you've got the darker colour. And they work together really well, either separately in a contrast like this, or together if you're using the same colour family. Really does just give that extra depth and dimension to your colouring. It's great.
What I need to say is also, talking of colouring and fabulous colouring, Barb in California sent me a card. Oh my, it was fabulous. She printed out the Colour Me Happy, the Colour Joe Happy from the other week, and she's done it on a beautiful little card and done some little mats and layers as well. I'm a bit of a silver fox in it, Leann, but I'm digging it. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very impressed, Barb. I will share some pictures of it. I'll pop it onto my Instagram, my Facebook tomorrow, actually. Also, go and have a look on my Facebook today. There was the pictures. Have you seen the pictures of what the boys were wearing?
I've seen the T-shirts.
Pop round to see them go on a socially distanced bike cycle the other day. The boys had Joe T-shirts on, which said #1 fan, hashtag shut the front door on the back as well. I mean, how amazing is that? Maybe it could be, maybe there's a merch line on the way, Laura is suggesting. I'm not sure, but it made me very happy. I was very, very thoughtful. Astrid says, and I have to agree with her, Leann, she says, everything Leann does is so inspirational. How on earth does she keep coming up with such fab ideas?
Oh, Astrid, that's so kind. Do you know, it's just because the product is so easy to use and so inspirational. You'll be able to do exactly the same thing. It's just the product does it for you, I think, really. But that's very, very kind of you. Thank you so much, Astrid. And I do love to paper craft.
But we'll be hearing more from Astrid on Friday, because Astrid will be joining us as one of our Rose Gold crafters on Friday in the craft house on Rose Gold Day, Leann, which is fantastic. Astrid managed to get, well, because we sent it out to her, got her hands on the Rose Gold collection before, well, pretty much before anyone in the UK.
Wow.
And she's been crafting up a storm. I can't wait to see what she's created with it. That's looking beautiful, Leann. I really feel like I need to borrow these again, take them home and do a bit of colouring, you know, maybe this weekend. I did it before and I absolutely loved it.
Oh, Tri-Blends is so incredibly easy to use, Joe. And I've just picked up another colour here out of my Tri-Blend set because I just want to add a little bit more depth to my daffodils, to the leaves. And you see how easy that is to do by just picking up another pen from the same collection and then just adding in a little bit more depth. Very, very easy, very simple to do. And you can get lots and lots of different looks. The joy is, Joe, having those three colours in that one marker, which just each work together. And you've seen here, I've just been standing chatting to you. I've been listening to you have a chat with everybody else, just adding a little bit of colour in here. None of that is difficult to do. And you see, I've been able to do that in a different way. It's just very, very simple. Just put the three colours down and they'll work together, especially with those stamps. My top tip with those stamps is to use your pigment ink pads and your clear embossing powder to get that lovely solid look and that lovely gloss on the sentiment there, and then the contrast of having the flat colouring with your alcohol marker, I think looks really lovely, Joe.
It really does look gorgeous, doesn't it? Now, if you want to get your hands on those stamps very easily, very easy to do so. We've got a whole collection available for you on the show. So you can see here, there are options. They are available individually, but you get the best value when you buy them all together. So we've got Friend. You've also got Thanks, Hello, Sister, Sorry, Enjoy, Congrats, and you've got Mum as well. So they are the options that you've got there. Really great. Beautiful to use those with all of your markers too. Don't forget too about that adhesive collection that we've got for you on the show. Really, really busy on that. And it's the holy trinity when it comes to the wet glues that we bring you. So you're going to get the all-purpose, which is this one here. Great for all of your sort of regular work, your sort of go-to glue. You've got the tacky here, which works beautifully well on coated cards, things like your glitter cards as well. Then you've got the 3D glue gel. Now this is the 3D glue gel, which comes, it's kind of like a silicone glue, but it doesn't have that smell that sometimes silicone glues can have, which is fantastic. You get the syringe with it, and you get the key and the little spout too. And the great thing is, when you've used this, you can buy the refill of this. You've got all the tools that you can then keep hold of. $10.50 if you want to get that, or $18. 70% of that has sold out and gone. Very busy on the vintage lace collection. I'm going to take you back to that in a few minutes. But remember, all the great discounts we bring you here on Crafters TV, you can still use your Club Inspire discount in conjunction with that. Here's Sarah to take you through Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there, of course, of Club Inspire, which is fantastic, getting you even more juicy discounts, which you guys absolutely love. Now, we're going to go back through the vintage lace. There's quite a lot of ways of getting hold of the vintage lace collection. I'm going to show you some of the individual items, and then I'll share with you the details of the full collection. So, firstly, what you've got here is the die collection. In here, you're going to get the kaleidoscope of butterflies. Now, it makes these gorgeous butterflies. I don't know if you see that from the side there. That have got that wonderful depth and dimension on them. You can really play around with these and manipulate them, which is just fantastic. So you've got those there. That's your butterflies. You're also going to get some of your foliage dies in here as well. So you've got your botanicals there and you've got your vintage vines. Now these both work really well with your flower forming foam as well as your papers, your mulberry papers, your tissue papers. You're going to get 2 flower dies as well. So this is the vintage rose. You also get the petite posies as well. Now on their own, that one, £24.50 or $31.50. That's a half price saving on that, which is brilliant if you're going for that individually. I'll show you in a minute how the value though can get even better. Now, if we move on to the frames collection, this one just here is your Chantilly lace border, which is brilliant because this allows you to create either the mat, you can create the mat and the topper, you can cut the detail in, you can cut the detail out. It is completely up to you. Lots of different ways of using that. Then you've got your frames as well. So the Rococo frames, which is this one just here, is coming included. Should be over £40 or almost $50 this one. You've also then got as well the Baroque frames within there too. So you can see those are like really gorgeous, fancy nesting dies is the best way to think about those. So that is your frames, border frames collection. Right, we've then got the embellishment collection for you, which is this one here. So in there you're going to get the ribbons. Now the ribbons, of course, all colour match beautifully to go with the rest of the collection. Not only are you going to get the ribbons on that, you're also going to get the rub-ons there as well. You can get both of those together, £5. It's a great half-price saving. A lot of you will be coming back to stock up on these, maybe that already have the rest of the collection, because of course it is one of those consumable elements. Now we also have the paper collection. I call it the paper collection. That is really underselling it, Joe. It is the luxury card collection, and in here, double-sided, which you guys absolutely love. You've got the Centura, or the Pearl, I should call it, which is this one just here. Beautiful, all colour matched with the rest of the collection. And you've also got the linen effect as well. Now, 24 sheets of the luxury linen, 24 sheets of the pearl. That is, 48 sheets for £10 or $12. That is loads, considering that is double-sided as well. So you want to do your rollback techniques, you want to fold it back. You can do loads of different techniques with it. I want to see if is it a white core? It is a white core. So you can even sand that back if you embossed it too, and get loads, do all of those different techniques. Oh no, what am I like? I've mixed the two together. There we are, let's separate those back out. However, if you want to get it all together, which pretty much everyone is so far, over a third of the stock has gone. It is the best way to get the best value. £48 if you're in the UK. If you're a platinum member in the UK, you're going to save, what, almost another £10 on that. If you are in the US, platinum members in the US, saving an extra $12 on that as well. So, I mean, the value is incredible. Everyone, though, gets that 60% saving, which is brilliant. We've then got as well a little extra that you might want to go for. Less than 30 of these now to go around, £6.50 or $7.50 if you want to go for this. We don't have as many of this as we do of that big collection. That's why we couldn't include it in the collection, but definitely go, oh, you can. I think this will definitely be the last airing that you see on that one. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Leanne. Are you ready, Leanne?
I'm ready. I'm just playing with my flower, and I'm going to show Christine my result of this fabulous little flower in a second, because it's now drying, look. Oh, I'm just going to turn it the right way around. And when it dries, the colour isn't as dark. So when I first put it on, you might be thinking, oh, what's she doing there? But look, as it dries out, it goes much lighter and it goes fluffy with the kitchen towel. Everybody needs to do this at home because you're going to love it. All right, so anyway, just wanted to show you that. Next thing we're going to have a look at is one of my bestest dyes ever. And I always want to sing when we say it, Chantilly lace and a pretty face and a ponytail are hanging down. I know I can't sing it because we'll probably get into trouble for singing like music license laws and what have you, but I always want to sing that whenever I say Chantilly lace. So I'm going to get my junior plate. I've got a nice 6-inch square half fold card here. And I'm going to, there's two dies, remember, with this collection. There's the cut in and there's the outside cut out frame. I'm just going to use the cut in one for the time being, and I'm going to position that at the bottom of my card here, and I'm going to use a little bit of repositionable tape just to keep that still. So I'm going to pop a little bit here and a little bit here. There we go.
I love how you can remove that outside edge or include that outside edge. It gives you a lot of options, doesn't it, with that die, Leanne?
It really does. And, you know, I always say this, and you must get fed up of hearing me say it, I'm sure. I need my Gemini plate. 1 second, guys, and I'll tell you why. Because I need to put, these are the junior plates, which I need to then put through widthways. But because I've got a longer concept card, you can see here, I can't get that card through widthways, and I can't put my plates through that way. So I'm just going to grab my Gemini plates. Fortunately, I've got a set here.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, I had a set ready because I thought I might want to do a concept card, you see, and so I got them all ready just in case. So we just need to swap it over and put them out the way. And actually it shows you what I mean about if you're doing a concept card or if you're just cutting a panel, doesn't it? Whether your junior or your Gemini plates get called into effect. And your Gemini, that's why, you know, people do ask sometimes, do you recommend, Leanne, a junior or a Gemini? I always say, without exception, get a Gemini and an extra set of junior plates. And then you've got the best of everything, basically. I think that feels a bit like, oh gosh, trying to put through 3 plates.
What you like.
Do what I like.
It's definitely, you having a Monday today, Leanne?
I am having a Monday today. I'm having could sing that too.
A wiggle in her walk and a giggle in her talk, apparently, is what she had.
Is she? Oh, with a chantilly lace?
Yeah. Anne's had a bit of a fail today. She tried to go to the bank and then realised when she got there you need an appointment to go to the bank in Connecticut, apparently.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Huh? Well, you learn something new, don't you?
This is what they're calling the new normal, I think, Leanne.
Is it?
As we keep hearing it referred to. The new normal. Our producer, Laura, is trying to make an appointment for the pub when it opens. Yeah.
That's funny. Right, so you're going to go and poke all of your pieces out when you've cut it. I've got one already done because you don't need to watch me doing that. So we've run that through the concept card. Poke all of your pieces out. Let me just move that down from here. And that's what you've got. Okay, so you've got all the pieces poked out. I just use my pokey tool and give them a little do-do-do-do, and it comes out great.
How do you do it?
Do-do-do-do.
Thought so.
Yeah. Don't you all? Doesn't everybody do it like that, Joe?
Oh, I think so.
I think I do too. Now, I've got here, I don't know if I've got, oh, we have got time for me to cut it out, marvellous. Because actually, I want to show you that you can use this fabulous die in your mini as well.
Oh, wow.
So I've got my mini here. I've lost my outside frame. I've got such a mess over here, Joe, because there it is there. So much going on, so many things. There's my outside frame. So I've got a lovely piece of this card. So that's that lovely linen one and that card set that you were seeing in that big kit with that lovely mauve linen textured one. So I've got that in there. I've then got my outside frame on top and I've got my inside frame in the middle. And then I like to, because you know if I don't, it's
I thought you weren't going to for a moment.
Yeah.
I was thinking, oh.
You think, what you're doing? tape it down, woman. Don't take the risk. You know it moves. Just tape it so it's nice and still, kept where it needs to be. Pop it through your mini. And I think this particular chantilly lace frame, working with your mini, is just, it's beautiful. And when you see the quality of the cut that you get, you'll see that the dies are fabulous, but also how powerful and really, really handy having your little mini on your desktop is. So you see, I've done the two together there. That's all cut out now. And then again, you would just go and poke out all of your little pieces with your pokey tool, and that's what you will have left. Okay, so I've got that all ready now, so you can cut it in your Gemini as well.
Ain't nothing in the world like a big-eyed girl to make me act so funny and make me spend my money. I love that you're just sending me chantilly lace lyrics here.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Anne gave me another one. Makes the world go round, round, round. We'll have a whole song by the end of the show.
We will have a whole song by the end of the show.
Julie says, how many colours of tri-blend pens is there? That tri-blend deal that's on the show today, the whole collection, Julie. So knock yourself out. Oh, I'll just show you where did I do? Oh, Leanne.
There they are behind you there.
Thank you very much. Well, do you know what? I'm going to give them to Leanne. Do you know why? Because Leanne explains the bit much better than I do about what colour she does. Thanks for the vote of confidence there, Laura. Because I'm always confused about, some of them are extensions in the second pack, but some of them are new colours. Is that right?
That is correct, Joe. Let's have a look and I'll explain. So in your Essential Blend collection, which you can see here, each one of the pens has 3 colours in different intensities of that colour. Your light, your medium and your dark, which allows you to get that beautiful, if we look at this one, for example, you can see light, medium, dark, your lovely 3D dimension when you're colouring in. And you've seen and heard me talk about alcohol colouring so many times, and there's lots and lots of videos all over Crafters TV of me explaining that to you. Your deep blends bring in an extra level of colour for you, and I'm just going to find one of the colours here and then explain. There it is there, that's the one I want. Coral shades. So if we look at coral blend here and then coral shades here, what you can see we've got here is the light, the medium and the dark of coral blend, and then coral shade steps it up a step further deeper than the dark darker and darker again. So it takes you from having 3 colours to blend together to get your light, medium and dark to 6. And so it really extends the depth you can get in your image and the 3D roundness because you've got those extra colours. And you can see you've got the same for your purple blend in there. You've got some for your pink shades and your gold brown shades. You've got the extension. So some are extended. There's your pale pinks in there too. And some, there's pale pink there and there. Look, showing you. Pale pink. So it extends it for you. And some are brand new colours, but they're just deeper and darker. And actually with alcohol colouring, I know a lot of you can be quite scared of the deeper and darker, but to make something really pop from the page and look really 3D and round, you need the dark colours in there. You need the contrast between very light and very dark. Right, so carrying on with this, I've got my little chantilly lace panel that we've cut out now, and I'm going to overlay it on my cutout piece on my concept card. So I'm using my dotty tape pen, and you'll notice with my dotty tape pen, I also flick. Really important to do the flick.
Wonderful. If you want to get those tri-blends, pop yourself across to the website. You'll see all of the colours as well, all the colour charts. It's all there, all the details are for you. Definitely, what I would say as well, go and have a look at all the independently verified reviews for them on our website. They're absolutely loads because they are, well, they're amazing pens, that's why, and everyone can use them, which is fantastic.
They really are amazing pens. So you see what that's allowed me to do, I love this, it's almost like a Moroccan trellis. I've been able to cut through the design initially with my concept and then lay over a whole panel so you can still see through, but you've got that beautiful pink on top. I think that's really lovely and just shows why having those 2 dyes in there is incredibly useful and helpful. I've then got a lovely little panel again of the same matching cardstock, which is going to get stuck up here. I'm going to use my flat tape pen for that. Remember, flick.
Don't forget the flick. A lot of you talking about lots of song lyrics in the things. Bernice says, like a long-legged goose, I feel so loose. That's what I like. I don't know, is this it? Have we moved on to a different song? Or
We have.
Where are we now?
That one's off Top Gun.
But baby, I ain't got no money, honey. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, all right, honey. You know what I like, is what Susan says.
Brilliant. You know, on Top Gun, when Goose and Tom Cruise, who's in Maverick, are in the bar, and that's what those lyrics are off that song there.
I've got a confession.
Don't you dare.
I haven't seen it. Never seen it. Not really, like...
I'm going to send you homework.
Okay, you can do that.
You have to.
Oh no, it's the same song apparently. It's the same song. Yeah, I love you using that bone folder to remember to take your hair out your eyes.
Yeah. It's multifunctional, the bone folder.
Susan goes from saying, so Susan's last comment was, but baby, I ain't got no money, honey. Ha 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 ha. Oh, all right, honey, you know what I like. To then goes straight into, what a segue. Oh, fun fact, it's National Onion Ring Day in the US today.
That's brilliant.
How random.
Fantastic. Now, what I'm doing here, Joe, is I've got a little piece of white card just on a panel, and then I've got one of our fab rub-ons. I love these rub-ons in that embellishment kit, and I'm using my bone folder just to rub over it. You do get a little lollipop stick in the packet, but I put quite a bit of pressure on, so I'm always snapping my lolly sticks. So if you've got a bone folder, that will work very well for you. And then what I do is I just pick it up to see if I've caught it all. And if you haven't, just go back. So just keep picking it up, having a peek, making sure you've got the whole thing. There we go. And that's given a beautiful matching coloured little flourish that I can use on my card here, using those fabulous rub-ons. So that's going to get stuck on top of there.
If you want to get those, you can get them separately if you want. So you can get them with the ribbon. So you get the ribbon and the rub-ons together, £5, $6.50. Of course, they are included as well in the main collection if you want to get them there.
And then what I've done is cut out 2 butterflies the same size from that. Using those beautiful butterflies. I really love them. I've done one in white and one in purple. So I'm going to put the white one on first, and I do like to bring the little frame of the wing up and just give them a little bit of shape. I think that's great, and I'm just going to stick it on with some tape pen. But honestly, at home, guys, I always use a wet glue to stick my embellishments.
Would you lose blah, 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 blah. I can't talk. Leah, would you use a 3D glue gel, or would you use all-purpose?
Actually, for this here now, because it's just such a delicate little thing, I'd be using tacky.
Okey-doke.
If I don't need it to stand proud, or it's not a really heavy embellishment, like, you know, ceramic or wood or something like that, I use my tacky. If it's really heavy or I need dimensional, then I use my 3D. So I've just overlaid those 2 butterflies, stuck them in place, so I've got them flying there with the little white and the purple over the top. See, I've just put 3 tiny little gems down the body of the butterfly as well, which I really love. And then can you remember this lovely little sentiment frame that comes as part of the Baroque frame there? Indeed. So I've cut it out in purple, and then I've done it again in white, which you can see there. And then I've got another one of my little rub-on sentiments now from that fabulous collection on the white panel. And I'm just going to rub that down. I've got a, oh, that's what it is. I thought I could feel something going on. Here we go. There we are.
Oh, the aliens are back again. Look, my garden's
oh,
it's like
look at you.
Mars attacks behind the
It's like
look
it's
at
like
it.
War of the Worlds.
It really is, isn't it? Oh, I bet they're in my pond and everything, you know. You look like you've got more of a paddock than the garden your side, you know.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a few dressage ponies trot by any minute now.
Are you surprised?
No.
Right, so now I've got my little purple one, and so that's going on here, just with my little sentiment. I think I'm going to put it straight, actually. I was going to put it jaunty, I'm not putting it straight. And then I've got my little white one, which I've just done my rub-on sentiment. And I'm offsetting it. So you see there, I'm offsetting it there, which looks lovely, doesn't it? And then I have got, using that fabulous ribbon that comes in the collection, the embellishment collection with the rub-ons, I've tied a lovely little purple bow with that lovely, I love the fact that all of the colours match beautifully. And this time, you see, I am using my 3D glue gel now. I use many glues on a card job because there's a right glue for every job. And that's because I'm sticking a dimensional bow, which isn't flat, wavy all over. Your 3D glue really helps with that. That's going to go up here in the corner at the top of my swirl. And then I've just got 4 nice big gems that I'm going to add in the centre of these little joiny bits on my chantilly lace frame. Joe, I'm sending you homework to watch Top Gun.
Okay, I'm down with that. I can do that. I can. If it's algebra, then I'm not really that good
honestly,
at it. But
you need
yeah,
to
if you just need me to watch a film, I reckon I can manage that.
I mean, honestly, that's just the law. You have to do it. Right, and there we go. We've got that on there. And then just to make that stand out, so that's looking pretty, but I just wanted to stand out a little bit more. So actually, in our, you know, our fabulous bright card packs, Joe, the 8x8 pads that we've got this amazing purple, which just corresponds beautifully. And I'm just popping this inside here. And what that will do is just give me a lovely dark contrast to see through, look, to see through the panel that I cut. So then that really does add something. It's the same colour as my little butterfly. Simple to put together, but using, oh, my little gems come off, you can get back on there. Using several of those different collections, yet that particular card looks very different to the other ones that we made. Using the same collection, which you can see there. And I love that because, look, same collection, 3 very different looks that we've managed to achieve.
Absolutely, and there's loads that you can do with them. Just having a look at some of the samples that have been made by the design team, absolutely lovely. You can see here, you've got the frames, those butterflies. I love this butterfly being layered up like that as well, really, really lovely. And you've got the frames. Now, the rounded frames and the Baroque and the Rococo frames both work really, really well together, which is fantastic. Love it for these as well. This is actually an easel card, but that could quite easily be a really nice big tag as well. Maybe just done it in one of the smaller ones. Again, another, is that an easel card there? I guess so. That's kind of like a, oh, what's that one called, Leanne? Is that like a fold back easel?
That's like a, it's not like an easel, is it? It's like
a tent fold.
Like a tent fold, yes, tent fold.
Yes.
It needs its crease reinforcing at the back with my bone folder, and then it'll stand up.
It does need a bit of a firmer crease, that one. You can see here, really lovely with the, and then really building up. Love, love, love this one just here. Who's done this one? This is what's been done by Julia Gales, has made this one. check that one out. There's absolutely loads going on there. You've got the border, you've got some of the papers, the frames, you've got the flowers on there as well. Now, absolutely loads coming in this collection. I'm going to break it down and run you back through everything that you are getting in here. So, you've got the dies collection first, and you've just seen some of the flowers that you can make with that. You've got that beautiful Schmetterling kaleidoscope, the kaleidoscope of butterflies, which looks like that. They're the 3 different styles it gives you, and you can layer them up or you can use them all individually. It is completely up to you. You've then got as well the botanicals, which is this one just here, and you've got the vines in there too, and then you've got some of the flower dies. So you've got this one here, which is the vintage rose. You've also got the petite posies, which is in the same kind of style as well. That's your first one, that's your dies, $24.50 or $31.50 if you want to get those individually, half price. You've got frames and borders too, so you've got that Chantilly lace border that you've just seen Leanne working with, which is fantastic. Someone sent us the whole lyrics to Chantilly lace to the studio email, so you know, if you want to go home and sing it to each other, serenade each other, you and Mr. Chivs, then that's something you could definitely do. Up next we've got the Rococo frames, which are these ones just here, which are those wonderful rectangular frames there, as you can see. And then finally, we've got the Baroque frames here as well, those more rounded ones. When I first saw these, I didn't really imagine that you'd use the square ones and the round ones together, but a lot of the samples have used both of them, and they look really, really good. The frames and the borders, just change those details. That's for the embellishment for you just there. If you want to go for the frames and the borders, £20 or $24.50 if you're in the US. You have got the embellishments, of course, as well. In here, you've got the ribbons and the rub-ons. I mean, if you wanted to treat yourself to a little something today and you didn't want to break the bank, then I think that's pretty good going, isn't it? So you've got those in there, you've got the rub-ons and you've got the ribbons. Now, you've also got, as well, the cardstock. Let me show you this. It is gorgeous. I love 60% of the cardstock has gone on its own individually, so you need to be quick for it. But you've got that lovely double-sided linen effect textured cardstock within there, which is fantastic. So you've got that one. Then you've also got the pearl as well in here, the A4 pearl, which is just gorgeous. You see just how shiny that is, really lovely. Same gorgeous colourway. Again, it's double-sided, so it gives you lots of different techniques. Great for your card blanks when it's double-sided, because of course you can see the inside and the outside. However, if you want to get it all, that is far and away the best way to get the best value. When you get it all, the price gets even better. £48 or $60. If you are a Platinum member in the UK, you'll be saving almost another £10 on top of that. Platinum members in the US, you'll be saving another $12 on top of that as well. It is great value. However, 40% of the big stock has gone. Many, many more of you watch these shows back after they've aired as well. Tens of thousands of you, in fact, watch this after. £48 or $60. Wasn't going to show it to you because I think it's going to go, but last call. If it is in your basket, single figures remaining on that cut and emboss folder, so you will need to be quick for that. £6.50 or $7.50. Saving a half on that as well. We really wanted to put this in the big collection. We just had many, many more less of this than we did of everything else. So that's why we've left it out, but it works beautifully with all of your vintage lace. I know I've only got about 15 minutes left on the show, Leanne. What do you think we can squeeze in?
Well, let's have a look at how we can use some of those lovely vintage lace frames with our Aqua tints, I think, and those fabulous sentiments that we've got on the show. So I've got my junior plates here. And I've got my lovely oval frame. I love this one, Joe. Is this one's not Baroque? What's this one called?
Rococo.
Rococo.
No, that one's Baroque.
Sorry?
The rounded one is Baroque.
Baroque. The rounded one's Baroque, right. So I'm using my Baroque frame on the oval one here, and just a piece of white stamping card. And then I'm layering up my junior sandwich, and because I haven't taped it, you know, Joe, and I know it's going to slip. I'm going to tape it. It's
got a house of pain, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's going to slip.
It's never going to catch on that, you know. I can keep saying it, but I just sense that it's not going to work.
No, it's not.
My producer Laura, she's fed up of it already, and I don't blame her, to be honest.
I think not everybody gets it.
Is that what it is? House of Pain did a song called Jump Around. Jump, jump. Do you know the song?
I think I might have heard it once. It's not something that I would jump around to, put it that way.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll just give up then. Okay, forget about it. It's done.
Right. So now I'm going to remove that frame. You see, I just run that through. I didn't emboss it. I didn't do anything else to it. The frame comes out beautifully. The little pieces all push out and your frame is ready to use.
It's ready.
It's ready and it's beautiful. Okay, so pop that to one side and then just move my plates out of the way. Now, I'm just going to get a piece of spare cardstock and just use that instead of my craft mat for now, because my craft mat I've put over there, and so I'm just going to use this instead, but you would use your craft mat at home. And I've got a nice blue and a nice purple. Now, when I did this example here, oh, look what I've done. See?
Lindsay's better, you know. Lindsay's got a better one. Take it down or you might frown, is what Lynn says.
Oh!
It's definitely better than mine.
Yeah, I think it is.
Tough crowd, aren't they? Tough crowd. I am sulking slightly, so do the rub-ons work very well on ribbon, is what Kelly would like to know.
Oh, do you know, I've never tried. I've never tried a rub-on on ribbon. So I wouldn't see why not. I mean, it's sticky on one side. I think, I don't know, we'd have to give that a try. Right.
Yes, we'll give it a go.
So I'm going to get my big brush and my water. Here we go. Now on this one, I did this with Harmony Water Reactive.
Okay.
But if you don't want to do that and you want to use the Aqua tints, you can see that you can use that here. Entirely up to you. So just two different looks, two different approaches. So I've got my water. And what I'm going to do is just put the blue on first, and it's a lovely bright blue, which is a little bit out of the box for vintage lace. And I wanted to do this for this particular card sample because I want to show you how you don't have to, with these, stick with, you know, the lilac, the taupe, the mint green that we put in the collection, that you can, if you want to, mix it up with your own colours, and you could do this with black and with metallic wax. It'll look beautiful, and all I'm doing is painting that colour on there just to get that lovely smooth look. These Aqua tints are incredibly rich in colour, Joe. A little bit goes an awful long way. So I'm going to use the purple as well. I'm popping my brush into the purple. Here we go.
I guess they're so vibrant because you need they water back so well, don't they? So I guess is that why when you're using them neat, they're so packed full of that pigment?
Yeah, they are. And actually, that one would have worked well being watered down, that purple one.
Okay.
But you see how I'm going over the blue a little bit there, and actually I'm just getting a different variant of the colour. Be more obvious when I pick it up and you haven't got all the colour underneath. And I'm going to leave it like that now and give it a dry. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up. And
I love the waist, Leanne.
Look at I know the stencil.
Look at the waist.
I know, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? You could
Really
be creating stencils with it as well if you wanted to. So I'm just going to clean my brush off and let's get this out of the way because I will absolutely stick my fingers in it if I don't do that. So I'm going to clean this away. There we go. And then I've got that there and we're going to dry that now. I really like that effect actually. I think it's lovely.
I think it's a beautiful combination of those colours. Remember, if you want to go for the Aqua tints, they are available. Lots of different ones are available for you. Details are on your screen. You've got vintage chic. You've also got as well winter warmers. There is falling leaves. You've got afternoon tea. Shades of spring. Perfect pastels, summertime. You've also got metallics and you've got glitz and glamour there as well. Winter warmers is your favourite at the moment, which surprises me. I thought it'd be the vintage chic, Leanne.
Did you? Winter warmers actually, oh yes, but do you know what it is? I think it might be, Joe. I've missed a little bit here, so I just need to catch it because that'll bother me if I don't pick that up, that little bit of white. Why I think the winter warmers is doing well is because it's Christmas here at the moment, isn't it?
It is Christmas.
And so I think everybody's getting their colours ready to start using all of the Christmas stuff that they've been getting from us to make their Christmas cards. So I think that's probably why winter warmers is quite popular at the moment. If you're wondering which blue this is aquamarine, and it's out of the summertime set, which is one of my personal favourite sets. It's absolutely glorious. My other favourite set is Glitz and Glamour. There's some gorgeous pinks in there. If you're wondering about those lovely sets that are there.
Yes, most definitely. They are very popular, those. Buy 6, get 3 free. That's exactly what you've got, Christine. Indeed. Well, actually, have you? Yeah, I guess you have, actually, when you put it like that. Yeah, buy 1, get 1 half price, which is fantastic. Eleanor's talking about using her foil press. Anne says, do you use watercolour brushes with the Aqua tint or some other type of brush?
So when I just use so I'll just show you what I've got here. I have got just a pot of brushes and spritzers, and these are what I use all the time. I use my broad ones for the big background washes, as you've just seen. I use my smaller ones for the detail painting. I prefer these because I think I get a lot more control. If you've got a water brush and you're dipping that into your Aqua tint, it's going to pick up the colour, but then it's going to interfere with it and water it down, and then you're not going to be able to get that off your brush and paint another colour. So you'd have to have one of those brushes per colour because you can't really wash it out, and then it's going to get sucked up into the water valve, which isn't going to work. I think you just need your regular brushes. Is my short answer, not short.
Short answer long.
Yeah, short answer long there, wasn't it? I went right round the houses, but at least I gave you the reasons why. So I've got here, now I'm just looking for my regular straight tape pen. Here it is here, I've thrown it off the side. I've just got a nice piece of black cardstock here. And I'm going to put that down there because I do love a black matte and layer jaw. I really do. And then I've just got a nice piece of pretty paper here. You could get that from any collection that you've got at home. Let's just pop that down. I love that kind of greeny, mossy colour. Oh, that's not very straight. I'm going to have to straighten that up.
What's wrong with it?
It was cockeyed. I can't cope with cockeyed mattes and layers.
Do you mean a bit wonky? Is that what that means?
Wonky.
Is that a northeastern term for a bit wonky?
Yeah, see, that's still not right. That needs trimming down. I need a fly's eyelash off the end of that. I can't cope, Joe.
You're gonna have to rectify that.
I'm gonna have to rectify that. I'm getting me to the tea now. I need a fly's eyelash.
So it's Monday, Leanne, here on Crafty, but there is so much happening this week. I know we talked about it a bit earlier, but Friday, I think, for me, Friday's a day you've got to watch out for because it is the launch of the Rose Gold collection. It will not be live on the website until Friday morning, I've been told. So be patient, Friday morning, fastest finger first. I'll let you know when it goes live.
Brilliant. Now I'm going to put my frame on here, and I love that ombre that I've got on that frame. That might be one of my new favourite colour combos. I do love blues and turquoises. It does look gorgeous with that lovely plum in there, doesn't it? So I'm going to pop that there. Now that frame collection also has this cut in lovely little frame that you've got as well as that other little detailed one in there. So I've done that, and that looks fab. I'm very happy with that. So that's going to get stuck in the middle there. How much time have I got, Joe?
You have got about 3 minutes.
Oh, good. Well, I'm just going to cut another sentiment then. So I'm going to get me scissors because you know those sentiments that are on the show. You know how they're my favourites. I love them, don't I? I use them all the time. Let's cut one of those out. I've got a little one cut here that I had done before in Hello. But actually, I want a nice big statement one. So I think we're going to do, that bit of card might not be big enough. It is just, woohoo, thanks. And I wonder if that can go through my mini. Yes, it can. Woo, even better. Right, so I'm going to pop that on there. This is going to be a thank you card rather than a hello card. That's going in there. Mini's coming in. This is now going through the mini. There we go.
Those fancy fonts are on the show as well. If you want to grab them, you can get them in a whole collection if you want, or you can get them individually. If you choose to get them individually, they are 3 for £15 or $20, or you can get all 12 of them, £50 or $60. Really usable. And I love the fact that you can customise your own sentiment around the die cut, which makes these really, really unique. And as we were saying earlier, Leanne, very, very legible for a brush lettering font as well. Very
legible for a brush lettering font. I mean, and it's, you know, it's very, with the die cuts, it's very unusual to get that, you know, because a lot of the brush lettered dies out there, it just looks like a splodge on the page, but obviously you can see that says thanks. It's fantastic. And then just to put your dotty tape pen on the back, what I like to do is just, there's a little bit hanging on there, a little cling on, come off, there you go. Is I like to just hold the whole die down and just work on it a little bit at a time. So you see there, I'm not trying to run my tape across the whole word. I'm dealing with a letter at a time, and I'm holding it still on my spare piece of cardstock as I do that. That gets me a good covering of that dotty glue, and it means I don't stretch the word out of shape or legibility. I'm going to put that thanks on there. There we go. And then if you want to, you can add a little blue bow. Actually, I'm not going to. I think it's going to spoil it. So look, here we go. On this one, I had the blue bow in the corner. This one, I don't have the blue bow. And actually, I don't think it needs it. I think that's enough. And so there we go. I really like that. That's how you can use your aqua tints with your frames if you want to.
Oh, I think they look absolutely beautiful, Leanne. Oh, something else, I need to talk about next week. Oh, Craig is back in stock. I was just having a chat with him today. He's going to be back in the studio. Are you ready for this? He's going to be here Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. I know. And he's going to be bringing new launches with him as well. It is going to be an incredible week next week, welcoming Craig back. He's been all on his lonesome, for all those weeks, Leanne.
I know.
Finally, he's back with us in the studio. He's going to be so made up to be back. I just know it. Right, let's run through everything you've seen on this Monday Makers show. First up, it's the Vintage Lace Complete Collection, because this is the best way to get the best value. Approaching half the stock of the Complete Collection has sold out and gone. We also had the Cardstock Collection for you. 80% of this one has sold out and gone. £10 or $12.50 there is your price. Now, the adhesives, very busy here. 70% of these has gone. These could well go before the end of the day if you're watching this back. £10.50, sorry, or $18, down to double figures on that collection. The Aqua tints, it's a buy one, get one half price, remember. You've got lots to choose from here. You've got Vintage Chic, Winter Warmers, Falling Leaves. You've also got a Shades of Spring, Perfect Pastels, Summertime, Metallics, and Glitz and Glamour there. You make your choice. You pay one, you get a second half price. The Floral Stamp Fall Bundle, very busy. They are available as individuals. However, the best way to get the best value is to get all 8 of them together there. As you can see, hello mum, enjoy, friend, sister, sorry, thanks and congrats. And then also we had the fancy fonts. These are always so popular whenever we bring these to you. £50 or $60 to get a complete collection, which is great. Or what you can do is go for them individually, and if you want to go for multiples, 3 for £15 or for $20, which is fantastic. Well, it's been amazing. I've absolutely loved it. I had a lovely time. Massive thanks to Leanne. Leanne, when are we back here together? Do you know?
Friday.
Friday, when it's the weekend. Oh, when the real me comes alive. We are going to have loads of fun on Friday, so I look forward to that. If you're in the US, hope you have a great day. If you're in the UK, enjoy your evening. And hopefully you'll join. Well, John Scott will be here in the morning at 9 a.m. UK time, which is early in the US. It is 4 a.m. On the East Coast. That will go straight into Softer Side of Life with John and Sarah. That will be here from 11 a.m. UK time, which is 6 a.m. If you're on the East Coast. And then a little bit later, a brand new exclusive launch coming up tomorrow in the launch party with myself and Sarah. You want to make sure you want to join us. Another jam-packed day, 6 whole hours of live crafting here with you tomorrow. We'll see you then. Take care. Good night.